Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Say hi. While I'm waiting on you guys, I'm going to pull up the live real quick so I can see your comments. Well, if my tablet will let me in. Hey Josh. For some reason my tablet won't let me in. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you. Tablet wouldn't let me in for a second there. All right. Let's see if I can get some comments going here. Sorry, I'm just getting the live pulled up here so I can see you all. All right, I think that is it. All right, there we go. So come in and say hi. I'm going to show you real quick what I'm working on. I am making an Easter wreath tonight. This is the sign I'm using. We got our little sugar bunnies on there. Peeps, if you will. The sign came from Personally Yours. So we'll be using that tonight. We are using this purple mesh here. It's got the dark purple border on it. They call this border metallic mesh. So we're going to use that. We're going to do ruffles, the Woodland Ruffle. And then I have my ribbons here. I have a ribbon that matches the sign. So we'll be using that. I have blue to go with the blue bunny. Pink for the pink bunny. And yellow and purple. So those are all the colors of the bunnies in our sign. So we're going to use that. Hey Sue, how are you? Hi Rosemary. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I'm a little scattered tonight because I was working on some stuff beforehand and didn't get near as much done as I had hoped. Still working on that email list since we can't use ManyChat as of today. So I got an email all set up to go out to you guys tonight. But apparently I didn't know that they have to approve me first. So once you set up your first email, you send it and then they have to validate everything. So that takes 24 hours. So you're going to get the email tonight, or for the live tonight, tomorrow apparently. I didn't know that when I set it up, and I apologize. Next week will be better. We'll have it all done. I only have to go through it once, they said. So I did make a bow. I'm not sure if I'm happy with it. I just got it finished. So I don't know. I got to look at it a little more once I get going here. So we're going to get to work on that. And then I've got some stuff I'm going to show you. I can't put these in because they're licensed merchandise. And I don't sell licensed merchandise. But if this were my wreath, I have some things that I would put in it. And I'm going to show you that. But I also have these little picks that I can use because these are not licensed. And they match the sign. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to adjust the camera. We've got it raised up so that you guys should have a better view overhead tonight than what you did the last time. We didn't get to try it last week because all I did was show you my supplies last week. So this week we're going to test it out and make sure that you guys have a good view. Hey Sue, how are you? Hello everybody. I'm sorry if I missed anybody when you came in. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down so y'all can see my work area. And just tell me if you need me to adjust it or anything. All right, so right now you got the overhead shot. Let's go this way with it so y'all can see. So I'm going to do the Woodland Ruffle. Move my thing here so it's not in the way. So I'm cut my mesh at 36 inches. Hi Tom, how are you? And I'm going to roll it about 4 times. And a friend of mine told me about using this. It's just a wooden dowel. This one's a 3/4 inch that I got at the store, and it's going to help with my hands. So I have to credit Levon with helping me with that. So we're going to use that. And then we're going to clip it. And then we're going to flip it. So I'm rolling them about 3 or 4 times at the ends. I have to get used to using this little thing here. Hey Joy, how are you feeling? Joy is recovering from surgery. Once you roll up your ends, then you're gonna just ruffle up the center. Try to keep it as center as possible. Hopefully my hands will not give out on me tonight. I've been doing therapy and it's making them worse, not better, but I guess it's supposed to get worse before it gets better, right? Hi Shirley, how are you? So I put them with the ruffles facing up, that way you see more of the, I'm sorry, with the curls facing up, that way you see more of the curl than you do the ruffle. And we'll fix that in a second. Let me take my ring off. And I start on the top. This mesh came from the Wreath shop. I looked tonight and it looked like they still had some. Craft Outlet does not have it. I was going to try and get some of these done before I came on so that way my hands wouldn't hurt as much, but like I said, it just didn't work out. I've been so busy trying to get that email thing to work so that I have a way to notify people when I go live. And then trying to set up some other things to go with it, so. I set up my supply list. So if anyone, because I get a lot of people who ask me, you know, like where I buy things. So I went ahead and set up a list for it. Thank you for blessing my page. I appreciate it. Hey, Renee, my sister. She's getting ready for her surgery the end of the week. But anyway, I set up a list of where I get all my stuff, all my materials, my signs, some of the tools I use, things like that. So when people ask, I can just send them the list. Make it a lot easier. You do not have to have a business or a, you're talking about a tax ID. You do not have to have a tax ID to order from the Wreath shop. No. Hello, hello. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you wouldn't mind sharing this, I would really appreciate it. It helps those that can't find us tonight because they're not getting the notifications. It helps them find us and get to join us as well. Even though I sent out a post, some people don't always see it until afterwards. So if you wouldn't mind sharing, I'd appreciate that. And I hope everyone's week is going well. How is your March starting off? Mine has been filled with therapy for my hands, so far. Kathy, you want the list? Okay. You'd have to sign up for my email list. If you go to the top of my page, my business page, Wreath Decor by Dawn, there is a pinned post there, and it's got the link for you to sign up to my email list to be notified when I go live. And that's also the list I'll use to send out the list, the supply list. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Yes, it is a pretty color, isn't it? Purple. This is called a purple border mesh. They call it the border, or sorry, border metallic, because of this border, purple border on it. Hey, Jonathan. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Hey, Shelby. So that's what I've been working on today, is getting that email thing set up for y'all. Like I said, I apologize. Hey, baby. For anyone who was on the list already, I did do the email for tonight. Unfortunately, I did not know when I set up the email thing that it requires a waiting period for them to validate my email list. I guess they want to make sure that I'm getting my emails from proper channels type of thing. So they have to validate it, and that is a 24-hour process, and I did not know that when I started this mess. So the email for the live today probably will not go out until tomorrow now. So I apologize for anyone who gets that tomorrow. But next week we'll have it all together. I miss you too, sweetie. So I got my first kit together and launched that on Monday. And I'm going to be showing you all what you get tonight. I've already sold 2 of them, so that's exciting. Hey, Susan. Hello, hello. So again, my mesh is cut at 36 inches. I'm doing the Woodland Ruffle. Trying to, anyway. Hi, Beverly. How are you? Thank you all. I'm so glad y'all are joining me tonight. I know it's hard not getting those notifications. It was hard for me not sending it out. But like I said, I got the email thing set up. It's just a couple of glitches that hopefully will all be worked out by next week. So. The app that we used with Facebook, they're not letting us do it anymore. So we have to find other ways to notify our followers. So an email list is the easiest way right now. I think it's because they want to start charging us for it. They haven't said it yet, but I'm sure that's where it's going. You know, it's all business. Everybody's got to make a buck. I get it, but it just doesn't mean I have to do it. You know, as small businesses, we have to pick and choose where our dollars go. And we can only pay for so many things and still make a living. Hey, Pam. I will show you all here in just a second a recap of what we're doing, since I know a lot of you are just joining. Yes, this is an Easter wreath. I'll show you guys the sign here in just a second. I got one more to put on the top, and then I'll do a recap. Hey, Sherry. How's the view, guys? Does it look good tonight? My hubby got this set up a little bit different so that you guys are a little higher up. And hopefully you can see a little better. Thank you. Good. Took a nap. Well, that's good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the lighting. I love the lights. Although when I turn them off, it's a big difference. My eyes are adjusted to how bright they are, and then when you turn them off, it's like there's no light. All right, so that was the last one on top. So we put all the curls facing up on the top. All right, so there's our start of our base. I still have the outside to do. I'm going to do that in just a second. So there's that purple mesh, really pretty mesh. It's got the purple metallic border on it, which makes it look really shiny and pretty. Here's our sign that we're going to be using. Let me try and get that without a glare in it. So these are the little sugar bunnies, peeps, if you will. That's what they call them in the store, but that's not what we're calling them, because that's a trademarked thing. But we have this to match, the little bunny, sugar bunnies on here. So those are going to go in the ties. And then I have the 4 colors of the bunnies. Sorry, let me get it off of there. So we got the blue, the pink, the yellow, and the purple. And it just so happened I had all Swiss dot ribbon to match, which came out really good. Worked out good anyway. And then this will go in every other tie with those 1.5 inch ribbons. So those are going to go in there. And then I do have a bow that I made for it, although I'll have to see how it looks when I put it on, because I did it just before I came live and I wasn't real thrilled with it. So I love Swiss dot. It is so pretty. I have it a couple. I'm lucky I had those 4 colors. The pink I wouldn't have even had it if I hadn't gotten those ones at Sims. But yeah, I don't know what it is about those Swiss dots that I just like. I don't know, it's weird. You find certain ribbons that get y'all excited. You made your own wreath frame? Awesome. Yeah, I've always made my own. I've used the work frames, but I just prefer to make my own. I've done them since I started, and so I'm just I'm comfortable with them. And two, it helps with shipping. They're not as elevated, so when I'm shipping my wreaths, they will fit better in the box, and I don't have. It doesn't require me to use a taller box. You know, shipping's already expensive enough. We don't want to add to it. So, but when I started, there was a shortage on wreath frames, and so I found a woman who made her own, and she taught us how to do it, and that's how I've done it. And I just use the dollar store frames. Although when you buy them, I'm going to warn you, you got to check them in the store. Don't buy them without checking them, because some of them will not be welded properly and they will break. So you want to go around them and make sure all your rings are attached before you buy them. And that's why I don't buy them by the case anymore, because I did. And they sent me a case, and half of the case was nothing but broken frames. So now I want to make sure I get frames that aren't broken, so I buy them in the store. Swiss dots are these, that's what they call this ribbon here. It's the solid color, and it's got these little white dots all over it, and they're kind of raised a little bit. And they call them Swiss dots. Very pretty. They're really pretty on the ribbons. And yeah, the work frames are expensive, but I mean, they're not too bad if you buy them at certain places. Of course, Sims Pottery, they'd be cheaper than Craft Outlet, but you know, it does. I mean, for what they charge, I could make, 5 or 6. From Pennsylvania to California last week, and the shipping price, $86.20 at the post office. Yeah, don't go to the post office. Got it down to $74 with pirate ship. I will also tell you, do you sell on Etsy, Tanya? If you sell on Etsy, I would use FedEx. I can ship. I'm in North Carolina. I can ship a wreath from North Carolina to California for about $36 with FedEx, and it'll get there in a couple days. It's never as long as they quote you, but. Hey, Levon, I'm using your trick tonight that you told me about with the little dowel to do my ruffles. Thank you. Finally found one that I would like that was big enough. All right, on the bottom, I'm turning them over, and I'm getting more ruffle than I am curl. No reason, just because I can. Something different. I use a box, I use a 22 by 22 by 8. You don't want to go any bigger than that. If you do, then you get hit with the balloon charge. If you have to, make sure that if it's a 24-inch box, you're going to have to make sure that that is like 4 to 6 inches. You can't go any bigger than that. It will definitely cost you an arm and a leg. It is a better price. Yeah, definitely check out, if you sell on Etsy, check out the FedEx. There's a tab at the top. You can choose between Post Office and FedEx, and mine is set up for FedEx. And I always have a better price from there than Pirate Ship or the Post Office. I haven't sent from the Post Office since last July, when they first increased. Yeah, I used to be able to send a wreath to California and it would cost me $20. Now it's $36. I send a lot to Florida, and that used to cost me $9. Now cost me over $17. It is very much easier on my fingers right now. I see that, Shelby. Just be careful y'all don't get put in Facebook jail. That happened to Renee once for sitting there hitting on the hearts the whole time. She wasn't able to. Yeah, that's another thing. Well, I know you can't Sue, because you only have the UPS store. But don't go to those little stores or the, like, I take mine to the quick pack shipping place, but I don't have them do the shipping. They're just a drop off for me. Yeah, 22 by 22 by 8, yes. Well, they measure it because the 22 by 22 8 is the size of the box, the inside dimensions from what they say. That's the size I use, and I don't have a problem because it falls in with the measurements. So with their measurements, you know, they measure the width, weight, you know, times whatever. They call it I think it's dim weight. The dimensional weight is what it is, what they go by. So it doesn't matter how much the box weighs, even though they do, you know, take that into account. But say for my box, what the way they figure it, it should weigh more than, you know, the 3 pounds that it normally does. And that's what they're figuring it at. So, yeah, she was in minimum security jail. Yeah, for shipping, they always do the outside of the box, and that's why you want to keep it under that dimensional weight or dimensional sizing. Before the dowel, I just did it with my hands, and it hurts a lot more. Somebody asked me a question, and I missed it. Let me go back and look. Kim, no, I do not do the free shipping with Etsy. I tried that for right after the changes went into effect the first time with the post office, and my sales tanked. I had no sales, absolutely none for a couple of weeks. And I stayed on there for about 3 months with the free shipping, and I mean, I had nothing. It was crickets. And as soon as I went back to flat rate shipping, my sales went back up. I don't know why, but it did. And ever since then, I just do a flat rate. What is the battery trick? Don't know what that is. Oh, no, I wouldn't do the battery thing. The post office, they only ship certain things ground if it has like a battery in it, but it has to be a lithium ion battery. And some people were just throwing batteries in there and saying, yes, there's a battery in it. But if they scan your box and see that it's just a regular battery, then they're going to fine you for it. So I wouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. I know there's others out there that do it, but now that the post office has upped their shipping again, it doesn't matter. It's still outrageous to ship even ground. Shipping is a really huge problem right now in the wreathing industry. It's driving everybody crazy, yes. But we just do the best that we can with it. I hate to see anybody, you know, quit over it. You know, there's ways to work it. You just have to adjust. Make your wreaths a little smaller. Make it, you know, sometimes you got to smash a bow. And the customer has to fluff it out. It's either that or pay the extra charges. I mean, so there's ways to do it. I mean, I don't like having to smash my stuff into a box either, but we just do what we got to do in order to stay in business. I know, the free shipping, the only reason I think they pushed that was because they're trying to compete with Amazon. And everybody jumped on it because they said if you do, then your page will, you know, they'll put your page, give your page priority. Well, I didn't see any new action on my page from it, so it didn't do me any good, so I went back. But yeah, I think, you know, it's just a matter of working. You gotta research what's the best avenue for you to ship from your area. This is the Woodland Ruffle, yes. And like I said, for me, I just had to do research and see where am I sending my wreaths the most. And then that's what I had to work with. So, you know, if someone from California orders a wreath, and I may, you know, lose a couple dollars because I only do the flat rate shipping, but it's a chance I'm willing to take. I don't sell that much to the West Coast. The furthest I go mostly is Texas. For some reason, I have a lot of Texas orders. If you do your free shipping, yes, you should be putting the price of your shipping in with your wreath. Yes. Otherwise, you're paying for the shipping and you're losing money. I do flat rate shipping. That all my customers pay the same no matter where it's going. Because I can't do if I did the calculated shipping, Etsy would charge them, you know, like somebody just said they paid $80. They quoted them $80. That's what I would be quoted. If it was going to Texas, it would be outrageous. But I don't use the post office, so FedEx seems to work for me. And you just have to find what works for you. For you, it could be, you know, it could be the post office, depending on where you're shipping. If it's just to the next state over, post office may work for you. If you're shipping, you know, within your shipping zone, you might be able to use UPS or the post office. You just have to see what works for you in your area. And there's programs out there that you can buy postage through. There's Pirate Ship, there's Easy Ship, there's, oh God, somebody help me out with the other one. There's another one. Easy Ship, Pirate Ship, ship this, ship that. Some people still use stamps.com. What is the other shipping? Can't think of. The mesh is cut at 36 inches. It's 10-inch mesh, and I cut them at 36. So it uses 2 full rolls of mesh. ShipStation. Thank you, Kim. I knew it was something ship. They're all ship. I've not tried the ShipStation. I think they charge you like a monthly fee, but I have never used that one because none of the other ones were working, so I figured that one wouldn't either. Yeah, FedEx is what's been good for me. So, and they get my boxes there really quick. Everybody who has gotten a wreath from me through FedEx has sent me a message and told me how quick they get their box. You know, most people that I ship to can get theirs within 2 days. Yeah. But I print my own labels. I buy my postage, like I said, through my Etsy store. Well, through Etsy, not through my store, but you know what I mean. But I do still check and make sure that it's not cheaper through Pirate Ship or one of those, just to be safe. Like my wreath kits that I'm doing now, the post office is actually cheaper to send through for those. So that's one of the things that I have on my new tool list, if you're interested in that. At the top of my page is a pinned post that you can subscribe to my email list, and I will send you that list of where I buy my supplies. But I get my scale through Amazon. I got it from Amazon, I should say. And it's just regular postal scale. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If y'all wouldn't mind sharing, I would really appreciate it. Let your friends know we're here. Tell them to come and watch. Not sure where our virtual bartender is tonight, but she's probably busy, so. Hi, Ann. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody else and I was talking and didn't see anybody come in. I apologize. I am not ignoring anybody, I promise. I was just busy talking about shipping. No, the scales on Amazon are not expensive. You can get them for, you know, a few dollars on up to, you know, $30, $40, whatever you want to spend it on. Average price is probably about $15 maybe. Yep. Let's see. Bev says she is using eBay to sell her wreaths. She weighs the box, has the buyer calculate the shipping from the zip code, and then choose how they want her to ship it. Yeah, that works too. You can do eBay, you can do it through PayPal. Somebody else has shipping too that you can do it through. Like I said, you just have to do your research and see what works best for you. And that's what it's all about. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I gotta get something to drink here. Everybody grab a drink. Oh, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you, thank you. Go Chiefs, look at you. They're not even playing right now. Oh, I see why. You're saying it because she's from Kansas City. Gotcha. I got it. I thought you were just blurting that out there. Shelby's got her red wine. Red wine. I won't sing, I promise. Yeah, there's all different kinds of places you can sell from. Some people like to use the marketplace. Some people use Facebook, eBay. Some just do local. It's all, I know, I'm sorry. It's hard to keep up when I'm yapping over here and talking about other things. All right, one more here. If I can find it. So like I said, I started selling wreath kits. I put together my first kit and I launched it on Monday. I only did a small amount because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. But I've sold 2 of them. I like the Woodland Ruffle too. I used to love the Poof Ruffle and Curl the most, but now I really like Woodland Ruffle the most. I don't know why it's harder on my hands, but I just love it. Yeah, 36 inches for the ruffles. If you don't know, I've been dealing with carpal tunnel issues, and they have me in therapy right now, doing therapy on my hands as we go through the process of trying to get me to get the surgery done to fix it. But you got to go through all this stuff first because of my insurance. Oh, yeah. Those flu shots, I'm telling you, I just stay home. I don't get them. Yeah, see, that works for Debbie. Debbie has a steady customer base on Facebook. A lot of people, it just depends on your area. You can have a good turnout with that. All right, there's our base. Isn't that pretty? Look how full and pretty that is. There's the edges. So now we're going to put the ribbons on, but first I'm going to give you a real quick recap of what I'm doing. Here's the sign we're using. This is just a wooden dowel that I bought at the store. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, and it just helps with my hands. Yes, I have TRICARE, Anne. That's why I have to go through all these hoops first. So here's the sign that I'm using. Sorry about the glare. These metal signs just glare off of my lights. And the sign came from Personally Yours. The mesh is just a regular metallic mesh. The poly, what is it called? Hang on, I'll tell you. I got the thing right here. No, it doesn't say. But it's just the regular poly deco mesh. All right, so these are my ribbons that, that's what I'm trying to get to, Valerie. They just, I have to go through all this other stuff first in order to get the surgery. So that's what I'm in the process of doing now. So anyway, I have all of these 1.5 inch Swiss dot ribbons that match the little bunnies in the sign. So I'm going to be using those. I'm going to put the purple and yellow together because I really like purple and yellow together. And then the pink and the blue. And in every other one, I'm going to add the 2.5 ribbon that has the bunnies on it to match. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to get all this other stuff out of the way. And I'm going to start on the bottom with my ribbons. And I will start with this one. So I'm going to put the purple and the yellow together. My ribbons are all cut at 13 inches. No, this is not a kit. I do have a kit I'm going to show you all tonight, though. If you haven't seen it on my page already, I listed it on Monday. This mesh I got from the Wreath shop online. It's called thewreathshop.com. It is a very pretty purple, isn't it? So I think I'm going to put the in the middle, and then I'll put the purple and yellow off to the side. There we go. So I'm just doing that one in every other one. It's kind of an expensive ribbon, so in order to keep the cost of the wreath down, I'm just using half. And then I'm putting the pink and the blue together. And again, these are all at 13. It is nice and thick. I'm just spreading these out. Yes, the ribbons are all wired. I only use the wired ribbons. They hold up the best. If you put in ribbon that's not wired, it will tend to get droopy and your ribbons won't sit up as pretty and look nice. I do too, purple and yellow. I know, more money, right? I feel your pain, believe me. Where am I from? I'm in North Carolina. I live just outside of Fort Bragg. Pink and blue. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate that. I hope y'all are having a good Wednesday, good week, a good March so far. Are y'all ready to change time though? I'm not. Yeah, we've lived here off and on for most of our adult lives. My husband was in the military and retired from here. And we left for a while and then came back because our kids are here, and our grandkids. It was a long day. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I need to get with you about April. I have to remember, am I putting yellow on top or on bottom? I don't know why that's hard to remember. New Jersey. The only part of New Jersey I've been to is Atlantic City. And that was a really long time ago. I lived in New York for 8 years. Way up north by the Canadian border, where they have lots of snow and it's very cold, and I am very glad to be back down south. Well, I was going to say, is there anything other than Atlantic City to see there, but I didn't want to upset anybody from New Jersey, so. Well, you know, the longer days is nice if we could just stay there. I don't want to change time anymore. That's the part I don't like, is changing time. Oops. Wrong one. It's melting now. They had an awful lot of it. I thought they had another storm today. We still have lots of friends that are still up there. Yeah, I don't want to change time. I just want to, let's change to the longer days and leave it there. Can we do that? That would make me happy. I don't know why I'm putting these spread out like that when I usually have them going down anyway, but we'll just leave them since I was already doing it. I'm sorry if I'm missing any questions or comments. Yeah, I don't know. Up there where we were at, it took a while for it to melt. We have some pretty long winters up there. Yeah, I know some of the states are trying to get it to where we stay on daylight savings time. Which I don't have an issue with that. Because my clocks will stay on the old time forever. Because I hate having to go around and change them, because I still have regular clocks. Not everything is digital. And that changes on its own. Welcome from Oklahoma. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, I was never so happy as I was when we left New York. For several reasons. One being it's, crazy expensive. Property taxes and all that were outrageous, but the winters were the worst. And, the older you get, the harder it is on your body. And it was getting pretty hard. Well, now I just pulled some of the wire out. See if I can get it back in. Plus, I missed the kids. I missed being away from the grandkids. We only saw them, because of school and that. We only saw them in the summertime, and that's hard. When you're used to being around the kids all the time, and they were babies when we left, so that was really hard. We came back and they're almost teenagers. At the time they were. Now they are teenagers, but now they're only a couple hours away. I can see them whenever I want. Up there, you got to drive 14, 16 hours one way. I'd rather be close and see them when I want to see them. Oh, more rain in Louisiana. Yeah, did you guys see those tornadoes in Nashville? Oh my Lord. What a mess. That was so bad. And in the middle of the night, of course, when everybody's sleeping. That was terrible. Oh, really? That's funny. I missed it. It went back up. Yeah, we have it here too. You're in Lewisburg? I'm over near Fort Bragg, Joy. Yeah, we've had our share of rain. It's like all it ever does is rain. And they say our pollen is going to be really bad this year. Which is always bad, but I never had an issue with allergies until we moved back here a couple years ago. So it's going to be bad. I know, Pam. I was there in May. This is terrible, the way that all those lives that were lost and tornadoes hitting there like that. Awful. Oh, what? I did it again. I put a yellow with the blue instead of the pink. That's what I get for not paying attention. We were in the 60s yesterday, but when it rains, it gets warm, but then it goes cold again. Our weather has just been crazy. That's what it's been doing. It just goes up and down, up and down. That's why everybody's so sick. All right, let's see. We're going to put... I'm going to put the blue and pink up top here. So we're going up top now. Once I get all these ribbons on, I will show you all my wreath kit. so you can see what that looks like. If y'all wouldn't mind sharing, I would really appreciate that. Let your friends know we're here. Maybe they'd like to come and join us. You know, I didn't pull out any tubing for this, which is really odd because you know how I am with tubing. I love tubing. But I can always add it later if I want to. For this wreath, it took 2 rolls of mesh. 2 10-inch rolls. Because I cut them at 36 inches. Now if you did 30 inches, you'd only use about 1.5. 20 inches would be 1 roll. Oh, no problem. Always happy to help. Hi, Ty. How are you? Is anybody going to any of the conventions that they're having? I know one starts tomorrow. The one up in the Crafters Convention starts tomorrow up in Illinois. No, there's no phrase on this mesh. It's really good about not fraying. And we curled in the ends, so that helps too with any mesh that you use. If you use the Woodland Ruffle, that really helps to help with the fraying. Because all mesh has some fraying. I'm sure if we looked hard enough, we could find one or two pieces that are fraying, but not bad. Not at all like you would with normal. First time watcher from South Carolina. Welcome. Where at in South Carolina? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm going to show you all my wreath kit here in just a second. It's my first one, so I'm really excited about that. I already have a sign picked out for my next one for summer. I just have to get the supplies, see how the first one sells. Rock Hill. We drive through that area or close to it when we go down to Columbia. My kids and grandkids live down there. Well, my daughter and grandkids, I should say. I tell you, you guys have all been really, active with my posts that I put up this past week, with the ones that, like saying the one that said, come and say hello. I had a ton of people say hello, and I went through to each and every one of them and said hello back. That was nice, getting to see where some of you were from. Because, you know, I'm one of those people when I watch lives, I don't talk a lot. which is not good because you should interact. One, it helps with the person who's doing the live. It helps with their numbers, the more interactive that we are. But two, you know, you get to know people. Like y'all right now are saying that y'all live in the same areas, and so that's nice. Most of my friends are online anyway, so that's the only way I've met friends lately. And most of my family, other than my kids and my grandkids, they're all close by, but the rest of our families are all across the country, so they're way over on the east or west coast. Hello, hello. Thank you all so much for joining. I used purple ties and it's hard to see them with this purple mesh. Guess I didn't think that through. Alright, so I have 2 more to put on, and then I'm going to show you guys the kit real quick. So go ahead and share for me one more time. And I will get these in here really quick and then show you guys that. I know it probably looks a little odd with all these colors on here right now, but once we get the sign on here, it's going to all come together. All right, one more tie. These ribbons want to curl up. See, it's nice when y'all interact. I'm watching. Is that what you said? Got a lot of Ohio in the house tonight, huh? Usually we have a lot of Texas. I don't know why. I guess I'm just popular in Texas. A lot of my sales go to Texas. A lot of my viewers are from Texas. Alright, so there's all the ribbons. Hello from Missouri. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, so there's all of our ribbons. Let me take another drink here real quick. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the wreath kit that I have. This is listed in my Etsy store, so you'll find it there. Just go to Etsy and search for Wreath Decor by Dawn. I can also put the link in the comments for you. Here is the sign. It's a 9x9 wooden sign. And I give you enough ties so that you can staple them on the back. And I left the hanger on there in case anybody wants to use that. Just tack it to the back of the frame. Or the sign, sorry. And then you're going to get 3 lemons. These are plastic lemons. You can put glue a thing in there, or you can just glue these straight to the wreath itself. You're going to get your 24 ties, 4 for the sign and 18 for the frame. You're also getting this frame. And then you're going to get 5 yards of each ribbon. We have the lemons. This is a 2.5 inch. Another 2.5 inch with the natural with the black check, which matches the sign. Then you're getting 5 yards of this yellow with the stitching on it. And then you're getting 5 yards of the natural. So you get all of that along with the instructions, and I will do a video next week on this so that you can see how I put it together. Of course, everyone will do it, I'm sure, differently. But you have enough ribbon here for your ties and to make a bow. You can also add your own ribbon, your own embellishments, your own attachments, whatever you want to add to it. And then you're also going to get 2 rolls Sorry, I had the mesh in a bag or a box. You're going to get 2 rolls of this mesh here, which is 10 inches. So you can do the ruffle or the woodland ruffle, either one. So you'll get 2 rolls of that. So these are all available on my shop. These are ready to ship. Get that back in there so I can close it up. And of course I send the instruction sheet just in case. And then the video will be available after next week. So that is my first wreath kit. So take a look at that in my shop if you'd like. I only have a limited number. With it being my first, I wanted to make sure that everything went smoothly. Alright, so we're going to put the sign on. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these ties down right here. And I just cut them down and fold the ends over. And I'm going to put the sign right here. So I don't need these ties underneath it. Let's do one more just in case. Alright, so we're going to put the sign on here. On the back, Lee puts her sticker. I put mine above hers. And then I have a beadsmith that I poke the holes in the sign and feed the wire through. This is 26 gauge wire. I use silver wire because it hides the best. So we're going to put that over here. Oh, maybe I'll put it on. Maybe we'll do it this way and make that the top. How about that? Put the bow on the bottom and put this on top. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I use my needle. This is just a long yarn needle that I use to help me get my wires through the mesh to get my sign on here. If you don't use one, you really should if you struggle with your signs, getting them on, because this does make it a lot easier. And with the silver wire, it hides really easy in the mesh. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I've sold a couple of them already, so I got one boxed up already, so now I got to box up the other one. Get that done to go out tomorrow. Somebody's got a birthday? Well, happy birthday. Everybody wish Joanne a happy birthday. I'd sing to you, but I don't want to scare everybody away, so we'll just silently sing it to you. How about that? I get my boxes from Amazon. Thank you, Kim, for joining us. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Come back next week, please, and see us. My fat fingers trying to get these things through the rings. Sometimes the rings are a little too close together. Oh, you know what, Joy? I saw that and I meant to message you about it. I haven't worked that up yet. But yeah, I will, and I'll get in contact with you and let you know about it beforehand. Because I have a couple questions. The way I made it, you can take the eggs, the Easter stuff out so that you can just have it as a lavender basket the rest of the year. So I just need to get with you on a couple of things and see if you want me to glue those in or not. And then I have to figure out how much the cost is because I never figured it up. I did it in group, and that's one of the things I never got to finish, was working that up. My Etsy store is Wreath Decor by Dawn. If you go to Etsy.com and then put in Wreath Decor by Dawn, and it'll come up and that kit will be listed. Yeah, I'd have to type in my link really quick here. Just give me 1 second. I don't have my daughter here tonight to do all that for me, so I'll type it in real quick. Make sure I gotta spell it right. Okay, there you go. There's the link to my store. The sign is from Personally Yours. She has a store on Etsy. She makes beautiful signs. I buy a lot of my signs from her. Majority of my signs come from her. And she has all kinds of signs. He's studying tonight, so he's busy too. I'm not sure where my daughter's at. I haven't talked to her today. Well, welcome, first time watcher from PA. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if y'all want to be on my email list to get notified of when I go live, at the very top of my page is a pinned post with the link that you can click on, and it will take you to the sign up where you can subscribe to my email list. And then I will send out an email weekly since we can't use the messenger thing anymore. That's the only way I can notify you when I go live. And I can see if I can put that link in too. I have to get my computer going again here. Yeah. All right, so there's our sign. Here's the bow. I took all the same ribbons, added one or two more, and made a bow. Yeah, I love Lee. She does great work. I've bought my signs from her since I started selling or started doing wreaths. All right, so we're going to put the bow here. I wasn't real crazy about this when I started the bow, but I did it just before I came live, so I didn't have time to redo it. But then I'm my own worst critic, so isn't that how it always is? Oh, that's okay, Susan. Usually I would put them in pinned comment, but then it hides half of the screen and people don't like that. So this needle of mine I got at, I want to say I got mine at Hobby Lobby. They also have these at Hobby Lobby and at Walmart, and that's what most people are able to find. They're in the yarn section. They're called plastic yarn needles, and they carry them in this the section with the yarn. Yep, you can get them at Walmart. I like mine because it's a metal one and it's bigger. Mine's almost 6 inches, 5 inches long. So I like that one better. But I have the plastic as backup just in case I lose mine. I've been known to drop it in the trash can. Thankfully, I've been able to recover it before the trash went out, but I just have a fear that one of these days I'm not going to remember to look in the trash before I take it out or to make sure I have my needle. And I would not be able to live without that needle. You know how there's certain things you just got to have? For me, that's one of them. My daughter said I promote that more than anything else on my lives. I don't mean to. It's just that I like it, and I think everybody needs to, because that's one of the biggest things everybody complains about is putting signs on. And it helps so much. I just sent a pack of them to one of the girls in our business group because she needed them. So I sent her a little envelope with them. All right, so there's that. Sorry it got blurry because I'm moving around too much here. So let's go back that way. There, it'll clear up in just a second. So we've got that. And then I have the little picks that we're going to add. All right, so if this were mine and I were keeping it for me, I would add these. But because these are licensed, I can't do that. But if you were to buy the wreath, you could add these. Aren't those cute? I also have a big one. But we're going to use the little picks. that come with it. And I will cut my tails on my bow down in a minute. My wreath looks lopsided. Alright, so we have these little picks here. And of course I didn't turn my glue gun on, so I won't be able to glue them in. There we go. Get that off of there. And we will cut these down a little bit. Oh, got to cut it down some more. There we go. Can you see that? It's hard for me. I can't, because the camera's facing down, so I can't see what y'all are seeing yet. I have to wait for the live view to catch up. And the blue one. I'll go back and cut all these ties down afterwards. I'm not going to sit here and make y'all watch me cut those down. But I will glue these all in. What y'all think? No, I didn't make the bow live. I made that before I came on. And then I might take a little something and put it down in there for the bow. Y'all, if I sat here and made a bow, we would be here for another 30 minutes. I'm telling you now. It just takes me forever to make a bow because I'm just not quick about it at all. So, but see, these are so cute. I just love these. You know what these are? These came with these little hooks on them, and they're for kids to hang on their backpack or their jacket or whatever. That's what these are. And I just cut the little loop off of it that was on there and took the plastic ring off. That's it. Look at that. Aren't they adorable? Look at it. 3D bunnies. Aren't they adorable? And then the big purple one. All right, let's get those out of the way. Don't want to get in trouble for that. All right, guys, that is it. Like I said, don't forget, check out my shop and my wreath kit. It is posted in my store. Go to Etsy, Wreath Decor by Dawn. You'll see the kit there. It's the lemon kit. And also, I wanted to mention that we have a design group. I am in a group with 4 other ladies. And we have a design group called Team of Dreams Design Group. And it's on Facebook. So you can check us out there. It's $14.95 a month. You get 5 designers twice a week. We rotate designers so that you don't have the same person, each time. And we do all of our design classes on, I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. I already showed the kit, but I can show it again. Yep, I can do it again. Anyway, the design, we do all of our designs on Zoom, which is a video conferencing. So you get to interact with us. So you don't have to sit here and type things out. You get to interact with us. You get to put your input in, ask questions, and we have a lot of fun. Pam is in there, in our group. Ty, Esther, Joy. They're all in our group. So like I said, it is $14.95 a month. But you can opt out at any time. All right, here's the wreath kit. There's the sign for it. And it just says, when life gives you lemons, make something sweet. It's a 9x9 wooden sign. No, $14.95 is the group, not 42. 14. 1-4. And you get, like I said, you get 5 designers. We do everything from wreaths to painting. Everybody has a different specialty, and bows. You get the ties, 18 ties to put on your frame and 4 for your sign. Because it's a wooden sign, you can staple those on there. And you get the 3 lemons. You get 5 yards of each ribbon. So there's 5 yards of the lemon. There is 5 yards of the natural with the black. So that matches in our sign. And then you get 5 of the yellow and then the natural, which is 1.5 inch. So you have enough to do your tails at 12 inches and then enough left over to do a bow. You can add to it if you want to with your own material to make your bow even bigger if you'd like. And then I will include, I'll show you the mesh too. You get 2 rolls, 2 10-inch rolls of mesh in the yellow. This is a yellow with the white stripe in it. It's a jute poly mesh. So you get 2 rolls of that. And then you get the wreath frame along with the instructions, the written instructions, and then I will do a live video next week on the wreath kit. So we'll be putting this together next week on my live. So then that video will be available on my Facebook page and on YouTube forever for you all to watch. So once you buy the kit, you can go and watch that at any time. And it is listed in my store. It is $48 for the kit plus shipping. And I've sold 2 of them already, so I have a couple more because I only did a small amount for my first kit. Go. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Susan. So again, check out Team of Dreams Design Group. If you're interested, there is a link on there that will take you to PayPal. Once you pay to join the group, then come back to the Facebook page, Team of Dreams Design, and answer the 3 questions, and then we will get you into the group. And on Friday is our next class, and let's see who's up on Friday. Sandy is supposed to be up on Friday, so we'll see if she's gonna do some chalk painting for us. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you all for sharing. And I will go back after and put in the links for all that stuff so that y'all can find it a lot easier. Also, check out my page. The top of my page has the pinned post. So you'll be able to find everything there. And then add yourself to my email list. That way you can get notified. And again, I apologize to anybody who gets the email tomorrow. I did not know when I started the email process today that it takes 24 hours for them to validate my email stuff. So everybody who was on the list is going to get the email for tonight's live tomorrow, unfortunately. A lot of good it'll do them, but You know, sometimes there's just those little kinks that have to be worked out when you start new things, and this just happens to be one of them. So, hey Carla, how are you? I love you too. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Renee, before Friday. I have to do my therapy in the morning, so I'll do it after you get home probably. So. All right, you guys have a great evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget that the time changes this weekend. And hopefully everybody will enjoy that extra hour. All right, guys, have a great night. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.